Amid rising global tensions and bold political maneuvers, President Trump's Asian tour is sparking fresh debates, from strategic alliances to questions about democratic norms that could redefine leadership limits. In this live update on a whirlwind day of diplomacy, we'll dive into the key moments as Trump engages with Japan's new conservative leader. But here's where it gets controversial: the president's hints at defying constitutional boundaries for a third term. Stick around to see how this unfolds, and why it might just be the spark igniting heated discussions among Americans and beyond. News sources: World Affairs Hub, inspired by global coverage, America's Insights, focusing on hemispheric politics, and U.S. Policy Watch, tracking domestic and international developments. Trump leaves third term door ajar during Japan trip, live updates. President Donald Trump is powering through a packed schedule on his ongoing Asian journey, kicking things off with a significant meeting in Tokyo. This morning at 9:30 a.m. local time, he sat down with Japan's conservative nationalist Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi, marking her as the nation's first female premier. The encounter underscored the deepening bonds between the two nations, with Trump offering heartfelt congratulations on her groundbreaking victory. "That's an enormous achievement, and I want to extend my warmest congratulations," Trump remarked during a roundtable chat, highlighting the historic milestone. The leaders proceeded to formalize several accords, including one heralding a renewed golden era for U.S.-Japan relations and another aimed at bolstering collaboration to ensure steady access to vital rare earth minerals. This comes amid China's tightening grip on its own reserves, fueling the ongoing U.S.-China trade disputes. For beginners wondering what these minerals are, think of them as essential elements used in everyday tech, from smartphones and electric cars to defense systems. Without them, industries grind to a halt, so securing supplies is like having a reliable insurance policy against global market shocks. Trump's itinerary includes a stop to visit American troops on the USS George Washington in Yokosuka, followed by an evening dinner and reception with Japanese business leaders in Tokyo. It's a classic blend of military outreach and economic diplomacy, showing how these trips often weave together security and prosperity. Yet, amid the high-level talks, the president hasn't shut the door on a potential third term in office, even though the U.S. Constitution explicitly caps presidencies at 2. "I haven't given it much thought yet, but we've got some incredible talent in the mix, and my poll numbers are at an all-time high," he shared on Monday when probed about possibly challenging the limit through legal means. And this is the part most people miss: such a move would fundamentally alter the American political landscape, potentially setting a precedent for future leaders. Is this bold ambition a sign of innovation, or a dangerous overreach that undermines the checks and balances designed to protect democracy? It's a debate that's sure to divide opinions. Trump and Takaichi seal rare earth minerals pact. Just moments ago, Donald Trump and Sanae Takaichi put pen to paper on a groundbreaking agreement to fortify both nations' access to rare earth minerals, those crucial resources powering industries like defense and electronics. While the details are kept broad, the deal commits both sides to ramp up efforts for a secure and reliable supply of critical minerals and rare earths, supporting everything from cutting-edge tech to robust industrial foundations. To make this tangible, they'll set up a U.S.-Japan critical mineral supply security rapid response group and explore shared stockpiling strategies, as outlined in the White House briefing. This initiative appears to be a direct counter to China's recent export curbs, part of the escalating trade war. Imagine it like diversifying your investment portfolio. Instead of relying on one supplier, you're building a network to avoid shortages that could cripple manufacturing or innovation. Watch live: Trump and Japan PM Takaichi's Tokyo encounter. Catch the unfolding drama as President Trump connects with Prime Minister Takaichi in Tokyo. Trump and Takaichi poised to ink minerals agreement, per Japanese media. Reports from the Japanese Asahi newspaper suggest that Trump and Takaichi are set to sign a joint statement today to lock in rare earth mineral access. This development aligns with China's earlier restrictions on these key materials, heightening the trade tensions. Meanwhile, during this Asia leg, U.S. officials are gearing up to unveil a trade agreement with China that could ease the looming metals shortage, a potential win-win for global supply chains. Trump applauds Sanae Takaichi's pioneering role as Japan's first female premier. In his remarks, President Trump praised the strong U.S.-Japan partnership and cheered Japan's intent to ramp up purchases of American military equipment. He also saluted Prime Minister Takaichi for breaking the glass ceiling, predicting she'll be one of the finest prime ministers in history. That's a monumental step, and it deserves recognition, he emphasized. You'll excel, and our alliance will thrive. Japan gifts cherry trees and fireworks for America's 250th anniversary. As a gesture of enduring friendship, Japan is offering 250 iconic cherry trees and fireworks displays for next year's celebrations of America's 250th anniversary. It's a beautiful tradition that symbolizes the blossoming bonds between the two countries, much like how these trees bloom in spring, representing renewal and harmony. Japanese PM extends cordial welcome to Trump. Prime Minister Takaichi began the roundtable with warm opening statements, joined by U.S. figures like Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick and Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Here's what she shared. Thank you for your steadfast friendship with Prime Minister Abe over the years. Additionally, we're grateful for the kind hospitality shown to Mrs. Akiya Abe at the end of last year. In fact, Prime Minister Abe frequently spoke of your energetic diplomacy. Recently, Mr. President, you brokered a ceasefire between Thailand and Cambodia, fostering peace in Asia. Moreover, your recent Middle East accord stands as a remarkable, historic triumph. Photos, Trump welcomed by Japanese Prime Minister and military ensemble. Trump engages with Japanese PM. President Trump launched his Tuesday meeting with Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi, Japan's inaugural female leader. The duo exchanged a friendly handshake and posed beside their national flags. Trump characterized Japan as a steadfast ally of the United States. Former Special Counsel Jack Smith seeks DOJ clarity on congressional testimony. In a separate but noteworthy development, ex-Special Counsel Jack Smith reached out to the Justice Department on Monday for direction on what he may disclose in prospective public statements to Congress, according to the New York Times. In his letter, Smith's legal team requested insights on topics like grand jury confidentiality and access to special counsel records, which could shape his open remarks. Smith, under scrutiny from Republican lawmakers over claims of politically driven probes and cases targeting Trump, aims to address Congress. He has firmly rejected any partisan motives behind his investigations. Trump set to discuss with Sanae Takaichi, Japan's trailblazing female prime minister. Donald Trump is scheduled for a morning sit-down on Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. Tokyo time with Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi of Japan, who holds the distinction of being the country's first woman in that role. At 64, Takaichi clinched the ruling party's leadership after Shigeru Ishiba's resignation, ultimately securing the premiership through a coalition between the Liberal Democratic Party and the smaller right-wing Japan Innovation Party, or ISHIN. Positioning herself as the heir to former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, her close ally, Takaichi vowed to appoint Satsuki Katayama as the first female finance minister amid economic challenges like inflation and sluggish growth. For a quick background on this influential leader, she's stepping into a role with deep historical ties and ambitious plans for Japan's future. As we wrap up this live update, Trump's Japan visit highlights the delicate balance between international cooperation and domestic controversies. But here's the big question to ponder: could pushing for a third term redefine the presidency forever, or is it a risky gamble that erodes trust in our founding principles? And what about the rare earth deal? Is it a smart hedge against global dependencies, or just another spark in the trade war flames? We'd love to hear your take. Do you agree with Trump's ambitions, or see them as a threat? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss.